Imagine having a dedicated little fridge just for your snacks, drinks, and frozen treats that actually freezes ice cream properly and doesn't sound like a jet engine. In this video, we're counting down the 7 best mini fridge and freezer combos you can buy right now, from solid budget picks all the way up to a premium compact works that feels surprisingly close to a full-size fridge in daily use. Number 7. Antarctic Star 5887. This is a compact 3.2 cubic foot mini fridge with a separate top freezer that's clearly aimed at dorms, guest rooms, and small apartments. In everyday use, the first thing that stands out is capacity relative to its footprint. Roughly 2.2 cubic feet for fresh food and just under 1 cubic foot for frozen items, which is enough to keep a week's worth of drinks, leftovers, and a few frozen meals without feeling cramped. The freestanding design slots easily under a counter or beside a desk, and the layout makes it simple to separate quick-grab drinks from actual groceries. The double-door layout is a big plus at this price, because the freezer is not just a tiny flap inside the fridge, it is a distinct compartment that holds temperature better when you're opening the fridge frequently. That means ice cream, frozen veggies, and microwave dinners stay solid instead of turning into half-melted slush every time someone raids the fridge for a soda. Door storage handles bottles and cans, while the main shelves take care of meal prep containers, eggs, or a small produce bin without much Tetris-style juggling. In day-to-day use, the thermostat does a decent job of keeping both compartments cold, but this is where some of the compromises start to show. To get the freezer really firm for long-term frozen foods, the dial often needs to be set fairly cold, and that can make items in the back of the fridge verge on too cold or even partially frozen. Six. EUHOMY CRF0631. The EUHOMY, another compact mini fridge and freezer combo that targets small apartments, offices, and dorms where every inch matters. The footprint is compact, but EUHOMY manages to carve out a surprisingly practical interior, with clear separation between the refrigerated section and a dedicated top freezer, so you can store frozen meals, ice trays, or treats without them invading your fresh food space. In day-to-day use, that separation really helps you stay organized, especially if you're sharing the fridge with a roommate or using it as a secondary unit. The cooling performance is generally strong for a compact unit, with the fridge reaching safe food temperatures quickly after setup, and the freezer getting cold enough to handle typical frozen snacks and ice without drama. Shelves are laid out to handle tall bottles, cans, and food containers, and the door storage makes smart use of the vertical space. For someone living in a small studio, this feels less like a toy fridge and more like a shrunken version of a full-size appliance. However, there are a couple of trade-offs that push it down the list. The temperature dial isn't as precise or predictable as some of the higher-ranked models, so it can take a bit of trial and error to find the sweet spot where the freezer stays firm without over-chilling items near the back of the fridge. In addition, depending on the production batch and environment. 5. Midea WHD-113FB1. The Midea WHD is one of those mini fridges that feels instantly familiar because the layout mimics a full-size top freezer refrigerator in a shrunken 3.1 cubic foot package. You get a lower fresh food compartment and a separate upper freezer, plus a reversible door, adjustable legs, and shelves that make it easy to dial in the interior layout for your specific needs. For small apartments, studios, or home offices, this is a do-everything mini fridge that can realistically handle daily groceries rather than just snacks. One of the standout strengths is temperature control. The thermostat gives you practical range to keep the fridge in the safe 37 to 41 degrees Fahrenheit window, while still letting the freezer get cold enough for long-term frozen storage. That balance means no more rock-solid lettuce or half-melted ice cream. You can load it with leftovers, milk, eggs, frozen pizza, and a pint of ice cream and trust it to hold consistent temperatures without constant adjustments. For everyday living, that reliability really shows. The interior storage is thoughtfully designed. Removable shelves let you strip things down for tall items or stack them to maximize smaller containers. And door bins can handle cans and taller bottles without them tipping over every time the door opens. For someone using this as a primary fridge in a tight space, it feels like a solid middle ground between a tiny cube fridge and a full kitchen refrigerator. Energy use is also reasonable for its size, making it a sensible choice if it is going to run 24/7. 4. Toolsempire 96233279. The Toolsempire compact refrigerator and freezer, a 3.2 cubic foot two-door mini fridge designed for people who want flexibility above all. You get a reversible door, adjustable temperature control, removable shelves, and a separate top freezer. So from a usability standpoint, it behaves very much like a miniaturized full-size fridge. If you are outfitting a dorm room, office, or guest suite and want one unit to cover drinks, snacks, and real groceries, this layout delivers. The interior feels surprisingly accommodating once you start loading it. The main compartment swallows meal prep containers, leftovers, and produce, while the door bins and can storage keep drinks organized and easy to grab. The top freezer compartment has enough depth for frozen dinners, ice trays, and a stash of frozen fruit without feeling like a token add-on. Being able to remove and reposition shelves also means you can convert it from party fridge duty full of beverages to everyday living mode with more food storage in a few seconds. Cooling performance and temperature stability are where this fridge begins to feel more premium than its price suggests. The adjustable thermostat responds well to changes, and once you find the right setting, it maintains steady cooling in both the fridge and freezer compartments. That balance reduces the constant tweaking some cheaper units need, and frozen foods stay properly solid without sacrificing the freshness of items in the main compartment. 3. COSTWAY 22672BK. The COSTWAY is a compact fridge-freezer combo that manages to feel both solid and surprisingly refined in everyday use. It is built around a similar two-door top freezer design, but COSTWAY leans into more efficient internal organization and stable cooling, making it especially appealing if you are using it as a primary fridge in a small living space. One of the biggest strengths here is how quickly and evenly it cools. After setup, the fridge section reaches food-safe temperatures in a short time, and the freezer locks in solid freezing performance without constantly needing adjustments. That is particularly helpful if you store a mix of fresh produce, dairy, leftovers, and frozen meals. Everything finds a comfortable, stable temperature without cold or warm spots becoming an issue. Inside, adjustable glass shelves and thoughtful door storage make it easy to customize the layout. Glass shelves are not just a cosmetic upgrade. They help contain spills and make cleaning much easier compared to bare wire racks. The door compartments are well-sized for cans, condiments, and bottles, and the freezer section is generous enough to take on more than just a couple of ice trays. For someone living with this as their everyday fridge, those small conveniences really add up. The compressor runs efficiently and relatively quietly, so it is far less intrusive in a quiet apartment or bedroom than some older or cheaper models. Energy use is also competitive for a compact unit, making it reasonable to leave running year-round without a major hit to your utility bill. 2. Frigidaire EFR840. This is a mini fridge that does more than just keep things cold. It makes a visual statement. The Frigidaire EFR840. This 3.2 cubic foot retro compact bar fridge with a top freezer pairs classic styling with modern functionality, and it instantly elevates a dorm room, gaming setup, bar area, or studio with its chrome handles, curved lines, and built-in side bottle opener. If aesthetics matter as much as performance, this is where the list really gets exciting. Beyond the looks, the interior is extremely practical. You get a separate top-mount freezer with door storage and an included ice cube tray, so frozen snacks, ice, and treats have a dedicated space that actually stays cold. The main 3.2 cubic foot fresh food area includes removable spill-proof glass shelves, a clear crisper drawer, and door storage that can handle 2-liter and tall bottles, plus a can dispenser for up to 6 cans. In daily use, that combination makes it feel like a downsized full kitchen fridge rather than a bar accessory. Temperature control is handled by a 7-setting dial, giving plenty of range to fine-tune both fridge and freezer performance. It maintains safe, consistent temperatures well, so whether you're storing ingredients for regular cooking, stocking drinks for a party, or keeping ice cream and frozen meals ready to go, it performs reliably. An interior light makes late-night snack raids much easier, and the manual defrost system keeps things simple to maintain over time. One, Upstreman BR401. The Upstreman BR401, a 4.0 cubic foot double-door mini fridge with freezer that delivers the best real refrigerator experience in a compact footprint. The extra capacity compared to typical 3.1 to 3.2 cubic foot models is noticeable as soon as you start loading it. There is simply more room for full-size groceries, meal prep containers, and bulk drinks, along with a genuinely usable freezer compartment. For many small apartments, dorms, or offices, this can realistically serve as the main fridge. The cooling performance is excellent. Upstreman's adjustable thermostat provides a wide, usable range, and the fridge holds steady in the ideal food-safe zone, while the freezer maintains solid, reliable freezing for ice cream, meats, and long-term storage. The temperature is stable enough that you are not constantly juggling shelf positions or tweaking the dial. Set it once, give it time to stabilize, and it just quietly does its job. Inside, the layout is one of the most versatile of any compact unit. Adjustable shelves and door storage make it easy to accommodate tall bottles, cans, leftovers, and produce without everything feeling crammed together. The larger freezer space compared to many competitors means you can actually stock multiple frozen meals, bags of vegetables, and ice trays simultaneously, rather than choosing between them. That extra headroom completely changes how usable a mini fridge feels in everyday life. Noise and efficiency are key reasons this fridge lands at number 1. Final thought. That's all for today, folks.